Hello.
Hello.
Uh, this is
Welcome.
this is going to be a very exciting episode.
Yes.
We are reviewing Mortal Kombat 2021.
This would be the first official episode of, well, it's really up to interpretation that this is the first episode of either loose reviews or the better named loose butthole reviews.
um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure whose review we could count this as. Would you want it under your banner or my banner?
uh, we could have a you could have it as both since we both seen it, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, since we both got an opinion, I guess it's. But who's who's
Wait, I got it. I
who's
got it. It's yours is called already loose reviews, right?
yeah. Mine's called loose reviews.
And and then it's I could just call mine when I'm by myself butthole reviews, and then
Yeah.
when we're together, it's loose butthole
Oh,
reviews.
yes, that's a loose butthole. Oh, yes, dude, you're a genius. You are a genius, man. Okay, okay. Yes, gotcha. Yes, this will be a loose butthole review then. Congratulations, you finally got your wish.
Yes. I knew my genius would be finally understood.
Okay, so since you have the more controversial opinion, since I think it's just an average film, you can go. You can start it.
Okay, yeah, we'll start with our rating system. I mean, like,
Well, when
it
it
was
come
5. It's five. It's
yes,
one out of.
we will be doing it out of a 5 point system. It will go up to a maximum of five. One
And
means
an
we,
explanation, yeah,
yeah, I was,
yeah. Go on.
one means we hate the film. Two means we dislike the film. Three means it's an average film. Four means we like the film, but we really couldn't recommend it to like the broader audience. And five is
Yeah.
like amazing. Like it's a film everybody needs to just see.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. That's a good one. That's good to set it. It's good and simple. Then yeah, I would say that I give this one a 1.5 out of 5.
And I
And
give it a 3 out of 5. But since you,
yeah,
like I said, since you have the lower score, you should take the helm for this.
yeah, complete garbage. I would actually recommend that it not to watch it because I actually think it's a waste of time.
I
I
am
I
the
actually
complete opposite. I think it should be a film. Since it's a decent video game film, it should totally be watched.
if it was like an hour and 10 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes, maybe even hour 20's pushing it, maybe I would say like it was worth one watch, but I can't like I had to I did actually have to skip a lot of the dialogue into it, and especially it's in the second half of the film when they're in fucking Earth Realm and they're in the most fucking boring temple, and like they're in that temple for the longest time. It's the most plain ass fucking tan, like just sand temple that they're
Well,
hiding at, that like
the temple
Raiden has like
is
making them
supposed to
hiding at.
be like old and dilapidated. It ain't supposed to be a grand temple out in the middle of the fucking desert.
Yeah, I know, but they spend so much time there, and it's so boring. It's like it's also one of my big gripes of this movie is just visually boring. Uh,
Oh, what?
there's like a
Okay. I can actually argue against
there's a
that.
couple
How is it
sets
like?
that there's like a couple sets that like oh yeah, the one ice set was kind of cool that they came back to later, and that was
Oh,
it.
no, that wasn't this. Now, okay, you're confusing it. Now, I think a lot of people are going to confuse this. That wasn't the same. That wasn't the same building. Those were two completely different buildings.
Then that
This
kind of goes with my point about it. Like I didn't know it was the same because it looked kind of the same. Just looked like there's more ice around.
Yeah, no. You're talking about the building where we can. Are we?
This is
Should we get?
spoiler. We should probably get spoilers. I don't
Yeah,
give. Yeah,
yeah. Okay, that's definitely
it's a
spoiler
review.
spoiler
If you
warning.
haven't seen it, yeah, this is
Yeah, we
spoiler
we gave
reviews.
our rating. We gave our rating.
Yeah,
Spoilers from
yeah,
here on out.
yes.
You know what? You know what? I should already do this since I have it prepared already. There we go. All right, our ratings are on the screen now.
Not to mention, there's also a huge plot hole. Like, I don't even know why like they're hanging around in the temple. I don't know why the family was in danger in the first place. Raiden couldn't just put them in that fucking limbo place that he put
Because
them.
Cole had to unlock his power. Cole's family had to be in danger for him to unlock his power.
So, are you saying that Raiden set that up?
Yeah, yeah, Raiden totally set that up. See, this is why you shouldn't have skipped any of the dialogue because you would have known this. He was like
I thought.
he thanked Shang Tsung. He was like, "Thank you for letting my champion find his Akata."
Well, yeah,
But
but
he
he said like
totally
thank.
planned for Shang Tsung to send one of his goons out to attack Cole's family and
I
Cole
didn't.
to
That's not
unlock his
how I
power. Like that
interpreted
was a
that.
total setup.
I interpreted it as a smug fan being like, "Thank you for making your own doom, asshole." You
Mm.
know, that's how I interpreted that
Well,
line.
I interpreted it as Raiden being smug, like, haha, you fell for my trap.
Okay. Well, that okay. I mean, if in that interpretation, I'm not sure if that is the actual interpretation of that because I feel like it could be
Well, I
either
mean,
way.
both our interpretations could be right on that one, so I couldn't really
Mm.
complain with yours either.
Then it's like I guess he's like a bigger asshole.
Now, I will say the I am disappointed that they gave Goro's kill to Cole. I they did not need Cole whatsoever in this movie.
Is he even actually a character?
No, he is a movie exclusive character that the creators wanted
Okay.
to put in the movie so the audience
Cause
can have a you know.
Cause I'm gonna be real, like my experience with the games is very minimal.
Oh yeah, for the most part, he was the only movie. Everybody else was from the video games. He was the only movie original.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
So you know,
they
like,
didn't need. They had so many. They have so many fucking characters. They didn't need him whatsoever.
and I'm just explaining that too because like I'm just saying like that's because I'm not I wouldn't necessarily call myself a Mortal Kombat like fan. You know, like I like the IP, but I don't follow it. So like that's just adding that from my perspective on the movie too. Like I'm not looking for anything about like story wise or you know like anything that's accurate. You know, I just want to see people fight,
Yeah,
and seeing people fight wasn't there wasn't a lot of that in this movie,
yeah. I kind of
or
get
it wasn't
what
spread
you're
out as
going
well.
for. I kind of get what you're going for. You're more of an outsider. I, on the other hand, am a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I've kind of played almost all the Mortal
Mm.
Kombat, except the original arcade. I didn't have access to them, but any console Mortal Kombat game I played to death. So, and
Oh,
I can.
also 100%, we're 100% clear that they're setting up for a sequel, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. They saved Johnny Cage for the sequel, and the whole reason they didn't have Scorpion in this film is solely because they're definitely saving him for the sequel as well. They didn't want to blow their load this movie.
And technically they didn't even have the tournament. This was before the tournament. It was just them trying to wipe out the people before the tournament. So I
Yeah,
guess they're saving
that
the
was
actual
some that
tournament.
I will say that's one of the gripes that I had with the movie. That's why I couldn't say that I ultimately liked it. Like it's a I think in my opinion that it's a good film. That's why I rated a 3. But it's not something that I
It's
ultimately like,
I don't
but
know.
it's still a decent film for me.
Even though it's not going for the exact like expanded universe-esque part of it, I still call this Avenger syndrome when it's just like, all right, time to fucking like we're like
No,
this is
to
gonna catch on and we're gonna just start.
to be honest, I completely feel you on that. I feel trying to set up a broader
Yeah.
universe than they can.
Mm. At the very least, they definitely want to put out a bunch of movies. They definitely think they're gonna have a nice, good, at least trilogy of movies coming up.
Uh,
And
and I don't. I
I
think
don't
they
like
could
the
get a second
confidence. I didn't
movie.
like the movie
Now,
enough.
if they would to get a third film, they would have to do the second. I know they're going to do a second film. It's blatantly obvious that they're going to. But if they're going to do another film, it has to be far superior than this one.
Oh yeah, I mean this one sucked.
I don't like I said. I don't think it sucked, but you know.
Oh, and oh my God, just like I don't know.
Yeah, explain
I
it.
guess
Go
I don't.
into
I
it.
feel like I feel like I'm becoming a little bit less. I'm becoming less patient with exposition in general, especially if it's exposition I can't give a shit about. Because I mean the powers thing, I don't know. I can't really explain how it's similar to anything else other than like maybe like I don't know, but it's still really bland and obvious.
Oh,
Like the way that they're going with it. Like I can't care about that. And like the whole thing with like Raiden, like with I don't get like what he's allowed and not allowed to do. He's like, oh well, I can't help you there. The gods can't get into that. Then he's like, oh wait, I can't let you die here. And then it's like, oh I'm gonna launch you guys all the way to limbo because we're being attacked. I don't know why we didn't do that in the first place. Why you even bothered with the fucking
I got a
like
feeling that
the
there.
lightning
To be
shield.
honest, I got a feeling that there was reshoots somewhere because yeah, I do feel how disconnected and how they establish rules and they just completely ignore the rules throughout the whole film.
I wanted to like this Raiden because it's like it's nice to have like a not white Raiden, you know. But
Well,
I liked even though his acting was awful. I
yeah,
found
there
the
was
one from the
no way I was
'95 one
liking
more
this Raiden.
charming.
This Raiden was just too bland, and he was literally just for exposition dump and to be an ex machina
Yeah, that's
when it
all
was
he bled.
required.
When it got halfway to the film, when he came on and was talking to characters, I started skipping. Like unless it was like some of like them planning things, you know, like I just totally skipped it because I knew it was like him about to explain some rules, and I'm like, you know what, I don't fucking care because I know that you guys are gonna fucking break them
The only
anyway.
the main problem that I have with the film the main problem that I have with the film is that they killed off the best character, literally the only character that was carrying the whole movie. They decided to kill him off.
Wait, you're becoming really robot-y. I can't actually understand you. One second. Give it a second to because I didn't catch that. All right, try talking now.
Okay, so my
Oh
biggest
yeah, you're
problem
really
with the film.
robot-y all of a sudden.
Oh no, am I still robot-y?
Uh, no, you're good now. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So my biggest
Sorry.
my biggest problem with the film is they killed off the only character that carried the film.
Oh yeah. But at the very least, it was kind of far into it because none of that shit fucking happened. And like none of the big action scenes ever happened until like the fucking last 20 minutes of it, and they like get
Oh,
it
what?
all
Oh,
done in
no,
a
no, no,
fucking
now
montage.
that's totally not I feel the gap between action is semi justified since they do start with a pretty heavy scene.
But they like kill they set up all these cool new bad guys, but they get them all done and dead in like about like 10 minutes.
Oh no,
Less
those
than
were
10
not new.
minutes, I feel.
Those were C tier characters of the Mortal Kombat. Those that was fodder. The only main characters, the two main characters that they killed that they shouldn't have was um the Descendant Kung Lao and Kano. That's the only two people that they
Yeah.
should not have killed off.
But I'm saying, but it's still relevant because it's in that same scene is where they kill Kano too, in that same montage of them killing all the other dudes.
Yeah, and they really shouldn't have
When
done
they're
that.
just like, oh,
That's
we're just
one
gonna
of
execute him really quick. But I mean, it's fun because they're coming back. They're coming back in a sequel. I mean, like they're not dead. They go to hell and
oh
and fucking
well
whoever fucks
I
Shang Kong or whatever the
I hate
fuck's
to tell you
gonna
this,
bring
but
him back.
General Reiko and the Natara chick is dead, but Cabal and Kano is definitely going to come back, but they're definitely going to be revenants when they come back.
Yeah. I didn't hate Cabal's design, and
Oh
but
no,
I mean I
Cabal
don't know
was
how close
amazing.
it is
I
to.
loved Cabal.
Yeah, he was kind of interesting, but not kind of a non-character.
And
Like I don't know.
well, I hate that like all the good characters like Cabal, he had like some of the best lines and everything, and yet he was just a random, non-important character, even though that he like has a huge connection to Kano and everything. And not many people are gonna know this, but they actually kept his backstory to where he's a cop because he has his police badge on his outfit.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I guess he technically was in the '95 film, just only mentioned.
Yeah, and they also in the reboot when they rebooted the whole timeline in the Mortal Kombat 9, they made him a cop as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that
was
works
he
with Stryker.
was okay, cool.
Yeah, the whole Black Dragon connection comes from the fact that after he gets burned, Cabal saves him and turns him into Cabal. I mean, not Cabal. Kano saves him and turns him into Cabal.
Okay.
So, and I like that they also reference that too because he was like Kano's the reason why I'm breathing in an iron lung.
I thought he was saying that Kano fucking betrayed him and like fucked him up.
Well, yeah, that probably that, or they could be referencing the fact that Kano put him in that machinery. Either
Okay.
or.
That's what I interpreted too, because especially if he was a cop, because they made Sonya a cop in the '95 one, and she was trying to
No,
avenge her.
in the '95 one, she was still Special Forces.
Or she still because she was trying to avenge her partner. She was trying to find a criminal. She
Yeah,
was like a cop, I thought.
she was trying to find Kano because Special Forces is always tracking down the Black Dragon terror because it's a terrorist organization.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, she wasn't a she's always Special Forces.
Okay.
They did
Well,
Sonya
anyway.
Blade justice. You gotta imagine say that.
She was so fucking boring anytime she
But
talked too.
that's Sonya Blade though. Like she's supposed to be the bland default female character, like Johnny
I,
Cage, but they replaced Johnny Cage with Cole McGrath this go around.
I don't know. Eh. She's. I don't know. I couldn't care for anybody in this one. Everyone was
I
super
like
bland. At least
Kano
in at
and I
least in
like
Mortal
Cabal.
Kombat, they were more over top. Like Kano was kind of over top in this. Like he was the only really over the top person. I don't know. It was at least with the '95 one, there was a corniness to everyone else's acting, but like in this, it was just fucking bland and boring and not good.
I beg to differ. I beg that it has its faults. It does have plot holes and everything, but we needed a video game film like this. We needed it.
It's just it's.
Are we
I
gonna talk about Sub
I
Zero?
totally
We
disagree.
are we gonna talk about Sub Zero?
Oh yeah, Sub-Zero. I kind of. It's a
Bihan.
lot of things are forgettable in this because of how kind of boring it is. But oh yeah, the fucking ice scene. That's all I remember from
The
fucking Sub-Zero is them throwing chunks of ice at people.
yeah, hey, that one guy got fucked up though.
Good thing it wasn't sharp. You wouldn't want it to be violent and have the ice be sharp or something. Like you wouldn't want Sub-Zero to be throwing ice spears or something. I
They
don't know,
had to
like
save that for the
they went real soft. They went
they
real soft on like the violence in this one too. Like I don't know,
well
it's
they
like
had to
barely an
save all
R.
the major violence for the fatality scenes. They wanted the
Like
R rating, but they didn't want the R rating.
yeah, exactly. That it should. I don't know. It just doesn't have no any balls either.
It's just a too safe of a film for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I don't know if I'm not getting over the top violence. Oh yeah, shit. Except I will give it one thing, one good scene that I kind of forgot about in my rage, but it's coming back to me. That's really good. Is that they have the classical getting fucking sawed in half with the hat scene. That's a good one. I'll give it that.
Yes, I was hoping. I was about to say, what did you think of the fatality scenes at least?
There were two. Uh, yeah, they're pretty good. I'd say
I,
maybe the only memorable one I'm thinking of is the is Scorpions, and then I remember being like, oh, they didn't really make him have the full skull. It'd be kind of cool if it is the
well,
full
no,
skull, but.
To be honest, I think they're saving the scope because if you notice it was peeling back slowly, but he stopped. So I think they have it to where if he keeps going, it will reveal the whole skull, and I think they're saving that for the
Maybe.
sequel as well.
I don't know. I feel like we're given a lot of like, oh, also like,
I
oh, it's
feel
okay. They'll do that in the sequel, but
oh
I feel
yeah
like you're
that
gonna be disappointed with the sequel when they don't do that.
yeah I
And
feel
it's
that this was a major cock tease because they even like you mentioned earlier on that they even cock teased that this wasn't really the tournament. This was just like an assassination attempt.
yeah.
All right.
But otherwise, I stick to my 1.5, even with some of the fatality scenes.
I'm going to stick with
Look it up
my
on YouTube.
I'm gonna stick
There you
with
go.
I'm gonna stick with my it's a 3 out of 5 rating because I still believe people should
Mm.
watch this and it needs to be supported because if we support this film, then that it will encourage them to make even better films.
I completely disagree with that point, and I feel like if we support this film, we are supporting mediocrity. But that is my opinion.
Well, that's actually a pretty good opinion, and that I can't argue against because it could
But
my
also
idea
you
could
can,
totally backfire and they
but
could
also you
totally
could,
make a piece
yeah.
of shit.
But also it's like I don't know. I feel like especially with these types of IPs, you're gonna get what you could get. You know, like it's not like Mortal Kombat's like a like a really like a smart IP. It's just like a fun. But I don't know. I feel like they could go more into the fun realm of it. It could have been more fun. It just I feel like I always hate that like we have to like make it make sense in a way like but with like failing to like you're not even like achieving making it sense. You're just like you think you're making it make sense. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Just let it be wacky. Let it be fucking wacky,
Well,
violent, like heads
I
flying
feel the
off
only
and
thing that
fucking
they grounded it with was the
people
Okada
exploding.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I
They had to
definitely
explain the powers though. 'Cause, I mean, Sonya Blade just having super technology out of nowhere, and Jax, which I will say, Jax, how Jax got his arms was fucking ridiculous.
well, I wouldn't say that them just having like oh yeah, the fucking oh shit. That okay, that was what I was what's fucking stupid. The fucking arms. Why the why his power was just
I can't believe
having
you
better
just like
arms?
ignore that.
Because
Like he had little
I
baby
fucking
arms, and
forgot
then like his superpower is his arms get bigger.
having bigger arms. Yeah, having bigger just metal arms. No, that was fucking stupid as shit and made way less sense than actually than like the 95 one when it was like a semi kind of futuristic world where that technology existed and like that was like Kano's job was like selling technology like that illegally like in weapons like that to like people and I think even in the game too he starts like selling it to the out the other worlds like the savage worlds too.
Fucking a.
Which is
Yeah,
why
that
also like
scene completely didn't make sense.
Kano's a way more interesting character than like any of the movies give him credit for.
Well, no, the movies always make him the most interesting in my opinion.
He has a very very tiny role in the 95 one, though I love him in it. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I was about to say it might be a tiny role, but it's a very rememberable role.
Did you miss me, baby? His fucking
uh,
accent. How the fuck are these zombies getting in my house? Why they went through a closed door. The hell?
what?
Okay, I'm gonna open and close this. Oh, anyway. Where was I?
There.
Yeah, Jet's arms is stupid. It made me laugh.
Yeah. I was about to say I don't know what else we can talk about.
I feel like that was that they had the plot about like them having powers and then like what do we do with Jax? He just has like arms. It's like, okay, we'll give him bigger arms. I don't
uh,
know.
I
That felt like that
I-
was like we had that
I'm not
premise
gonna
and then
lie.
we
I
like got to Jackson. We didn't really think
when
about it, but
when
we
they
got
first
this far. So
introduced when they first introduced Jax and his little tiny arms, I will say that I was kind of into the idea at first that he was getting his arms from the monks, but the fact that they didn't complete them and that his superpowers had to kick in to complete his arms was just fucking stupid.
yeah, and like it seems like this is like a regular like grounded world, unlike how Mortal Kombat's world usually is, where it's like semi kind of almost cyberpunky, like Earth is. It's
Yeah,
weird.
they try to make it more
Uh,
grounded, and they even try to explain how you have to have that mark to have a superpower or you're not going to.
yeah.
But I hate how they don't show the people because Kano and Jax got his mark from killing other people. I want
Mm,
at least a picture of who they are. That could have been a nice Easter egg because of how they did Nightwolf.
mm.
Because Nightwolf appears as an Easter egg in the film.
You see, like that's why I interpreted that, like just in the sense of like how they were telling the story in the movie itself. Uh, that when Kano said, or when Cabal said that like that slime ball put me in an iron lung. I thought Kano got the mark from him.
Oh shit!
You
Yeah.
know,
Oh yeah, that might have been it.
but then
Or
then Cabal was like still still
got his
talented,
powers and
so he
stuff.
went yeah and maybe got taken to the dark side, of
Yeah,
like fucking
maybe
what's his
just because
name
you
sweep
lose
him
your
up.
mark, they didn't explain this because maybe just because you lose doesn't mean you lose your powers. Like once you
Yeah.
unlock your power, it's gone. Like you can lose your mark and come back to life, and you'll still
Mm,
have your powers. They never explain that. Maybe they'll explain that in the sequel.
maybe. And I'll be sure to either not be watching, or I guess I'll have to watch it now because we have to review it. But
Yeah, we have to review it now.
but I'll see. Depends on how far in the movie. If it's in some dialogue, I might be skipping it.
Well,
'Cause-
that's fine. I'm.
especially if the movie is fucking near 2 hours again. Holy fuck.
Well, that's completely fine because I will sit through the whole movie like 2 or 3 times just to review it properly.
M- a movie like this shouldn't be that long. I'm just saying, unless there's
Okay, I feel you
more
on that.
action.
There are a lot of scenes they could have cut out that makes no sense
Mm.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
But most
there's
of the
like a really fucking super long scene with like fucking I fucking forget the main character's fucking name. He's
Cole, it's
forgettable.
Cole. It's
Cole.
it's
Uh, talking to like Sonya about, oh, I'm just my family and family's in danger and fucking. I'm just like, that's when I just started skipping and I didn't.
well, yeah, that's completely understandable. All those scenes, all the whole Cole story did not have to be in the movie. If I,
Yeah,
to be honest, they literally could have placed any other C tier non known Mortal Kombat character in his role, and it would have been just
yeah.
as fine.
But yeah, I don't think I have
Yeah,
anything else to say about it other than that. One out of five. 1.5.
yeah, yeah,
1.5 out of
and
5.
I'm a 3 out of 5. And that'll be it.
Yep. Go watch the 95 one. It's funnier.
Yeah, what definitely watch the 90. If I have to if I have to do a suggestion, definitely watch the 95 one over this one.
Yeah, because like I need to do a rewatch of that, and I don't know if my rating will change, but my rating right now, before I rewatch the 95 one, is a 4 out of 5
Uh,
because
well,
just because
since
of
you
the
gave yours, and I'm gonna do a rewatch too, since we're gonna review it.
mm,
Give a little spoiler for the future review. I'm gonna rewatch it, and my rating right now is a 5 out of 5 because I think it's the more perfect Mortal Kombat film.
oh nice.
Yeah, and that will
I'd say
be.
just some of the cheesiness of it would prevent me from going any higher, but I definitely
I
go
just
with
love
the
the cheese. I love the
incredibly enjoys
cheesiness.
it, and I can definitely I it has rewatchability for me.
I just love the cheesiness of it.
Yeah.
All right, that will be bye bye, I guess.
Bye bye.